Do you consider yourself lucky? Then take a look at this compilation. The heroes of our video are obviously some of Lady Luck's favorite people. And you wouldn't believe some of these moments. That is, if they hadn't been captured on camera. Load up on the popcorn and let's jump right in. We'll start at the races. Many love racing for not only the high speeds, but also for spectacular moments like this. This driver was incredibly lucky. He managed to drive over his opponent without rolling his car. This gas station attendant was calmly waiting for his next customer, who clearly didn't have time to brake, as he approached the gas pump. Fortunately, the employee did manage to jump to the side. What do you think? Good reactions or just plain luck? Accidental drifts on the highway are far from uncommon, and this biker was lucky enough to avoid a collision with the other vehicle at the last second. Skateboarding, even on calm roads, is a dangerous activity, especially when wild deer are running across it. Reactions verging on fantasy. This next moment simply makes your blood run cold. In fact, it's quite scary to think what might have happened had this father not managed to pull his child from the back of the scooter. The parental instinct to save his child worked like lightning. This next moment proves that it's best to not sit behind a parked car. I wonder if this guy had a premonition or was warned of the looming dangers by higher powers on the phone. In sports too, the strongest doesn't always win. Sometimes it's enough to catch a little luck at the right moment. This next moment is proof that it's always worth taking a moment for safety long before performing any tricks. After all, not everyone is going to be as lucky as this guy. This Polish racer, Tomasz Kaspersky, didn't have the opportunity to think about how safe his course was at the Rally of the Canary Islands Racing Championship. At these competitions, even the smallest mistake can lead to tragedy. This time, Thomas and his navigator were incredibly lucky. The railing held and kept the car from falling into the abyss. Our next story takes place at Sousa Rock on the coast of Central California. Of course, humpback whales are peaceful animals, but diving near their feeding grounds will add adrenaline or some extra other weight to any diver's suit. This next one is just unbelievable. It seems that this landslide waited to get started until the whole string of cars passed by. How thoughtful. Here's yet another reminder of negligent drivers. When parking, put the car in park or use the handbrake. Only some magical luck spared the bus driver and his passengers from an accident. This clip looks like a moment straight from Final Destination. The bolt, kicked up by an oncoming car, slammed right through this vehicle's windshield. It's scary to think what might have happened had the bolt been sent through the windshield just a couple of degrees over. This small truck not only went for a spin, but also danced a true waltz. It's good that the dance ended right in front of the passenger car parked on the side of the road. Some situations in life confirm that not only skills and lightning-fast reactions can help keep people from harm. Supernatural luck can be the only explanation for this clip. This would have ended so much differently, that is, had the man gotten out of the car just a second or two later. In our next moment, we have an emergency situation caused by two drivers. The first was passing unsafely, while the second was not concerned with the distance and speed. In the end, incredible luck had saved several cars from an accident, because it's unlikely that the driver would have been able to sneak past these two vehicles without it. Here's another story that just simply defies logic. This one is from the final of the European Drag Racing Championship at the Santa Pod Raceway in England. Racer Filippo's Papa Filippo had collided with Steve Wallet at almost 200 miles an hour. It seems impossible to avoid injuries at that speed, but no. The racer was completely stuck to his competitor's bike. At this point, bears are so accustomed to people and their delicious food that they're not even all that above stealing right out of our cars. It seems that this guy changed his mind about attacking the owner of this car because he had succeeded in finding some goodies. Truck racing is quite an adventure. Honestly, I wonder how much adrenaline is pumping through the driver's veins at that stunt. Immeasurable luck for sure. It looks like this driver doesn't know where to find his brake pedal. But seriously, how incredibly lucky that he managed to slip between all those cars on the busy highway and be able to avoid an accident. Playing around with bulls does require not only expert level abilities, but also a decent amount of luck. Of course, this is a master of his craft at work here, but we cannot discount the luck that helped him clear these deadly horns with a flip. If the bull had not lowered his head so low, then this matador would be having a hard time. Our next moment features a rock slide that this camp of hiking lovers in the mountains was barely able to avoid.
Holy shit! Aye.
Sometimes water slides can turn into a landslide, but not that kind. Well, this guy was lucky to avoid a collision with the edge of the pool anyway. Here's yet another moment from the road where this driver was helped by maintaining proper following distance, but also by a healthy dose of luck. It seems that such majestic animals as elephants aren't devoid of humor. This giant had pretended to charge these tourists, then waved his truck at them and retreated. Or maybe it was a little luck and not just the creature changing his mind. How is this even possible? Bailing from your trick and turning it into a flip? Well, this one definitely takes a bit of luck. This elderly woman had decided to show the men that she could still handle her own felling a tree. How lucky for her. This huge trunk almost caught her on the head as it fell. This lover of wakeboarding still prefers to sleep in comfort. He flew into the tent so cleanly. Of course, there are many elements to calisthenic street workouts which do make them dangerous. But for the bar to come out completely while remaining in the athlete's hands, well, he was just lucky that the bar happened to come loose at the moment that it did. Sometimes fractions of a second can end up deciding our fate. After all, who knows how much this woman could have been hurt under the deluge of water from the broken marquee. Of course, that water doesn't compare to a real volcanic eruption. This story comes from Indonesia. It's amazing how these guys had managed to escape nature's fury on bikes. This is what it means to do something on time. Even something as simple as choosing the time to leave the house. And again, only luck had kept this woman from an unfortunate encounter with this hungry mama bear and her baby. Sometimes, a random obstacle standing between a person and a rolling car is all that saves their life. Next up, we have another car drifting on the ice. If it weren't for unimaginable levels of luck, then this tow truck driver likely wouldn't be with us today. And in Moscow, there was an emergency at a new metro station. You'll agree that only luck had kept this man from being swallowed up by the open escalator mechanism. While this next moment is not exactly going to be featured in the next Final Destination, it's not far off. What alerted this girl to the danger rolling her way? It's a mystery, but it saved her life. Some think that being a loader is tough, but not dangerous. Still think so now? Everything is under control in this warehouse, right? Well, how lucky must one guy be standing right under this heavy pallet, but avoiding getting crushed? Sometimes, athletes are haunted by not only their failures, but their bikes too. Here's yet another moment featuring a driver causing an emergency and another who was able to remedy everything, all thanks to skill and a decent amount of luck. Oh, and another timely landslide. And finally, according to tradition, we have a rather funny moment to round out our compilation. Only someone truly lucky would have ended up in the trailer instead of under it. So, did you like our video? Then share it with your friends, and of course, share your incredibly lucky moments with us in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. And don't forget to ding that notification bell so you don't miss any more content updates from us. Until next time, folks, we'll see you guys later.